Good morning, Knife Brotherhood, George Adventure here. Hope everybody's having a spectacular Wednesday morning. I am. A little cool outside. I got to go out and do a few little things and a little bit. But so this will be my third trapper video, number 3, and I'm planning on doing all of my trappers, but I'm gonna do them in a small section here. I don't want to get too many at one time. I think it'd get kind of too much to take for folks. I mean, too long of a video. So plus, I narrow it down maybe 2 or 3 at a time. I can talk about each one a little longer than having 5 or 6 of them up here. So I've already had my coffee this morning, so having me a cold Diet Coke. But so anyway, so these are 3 trappers that are not case trappers. And they're great. They're great trappers. Really good, really well made. So I've got 2 more makers here, and I've got a older Schrade. Now this Schrade, I actually have a green one out in my toolbox, but it's missing the shield, so I didn't put it in there. But it's just like this one, but it's green bone. But it's missing the shield, so I didn't really want to put it in there. I don't know what happened to it, but I bought the green one and the red one years ago from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. But I'm gonna start with the Moore makers. I've got 2 of them, and the Moore makers, the Moore Maker Company is from Texas, and you can see the shield here. Let me zoom it in a little bit more. Moore Maker Incorporated, Matador, Texas. But I can tell you, and I know for sure, because I went into Barron Sons to get a knife several months ago, and they had boxes and boxes of Moore Maker knives sitting out in the front. I guess they were gonna ship them. So yeah, Barron Son does make Moore Maker. I don't know what other knife companies do, but I can tell you this, and I carry this one. It's a red Delrin, and it's a well-made knife. This blade ain't quite centered, but it ain't enough to really matter. It don't rub or nothing, but they're well-made knives, put together good. Everything's dressed right dressed. It's carbon steel. Pins are good. It's just a well-made knife. And it's the same size basically as a case full-size trapper. You can see the pile side here. But I like carrying this one. I love a trapper. I like carrying trappers. They're just good. They're good knives, man. They're good user knives. You can see it's getting thinner on it. Oops, sorry about that. But you can see it says Moore Maker, Matador, Texas, on the tang stamp. And you flip it over, and it's got 3202B USA. 3202B USA. And I guess that's the model number. And it's got a clip point. Most trappers do. You can see it's got a nice swedge. It's a nice clip point blade. Fairly sharp. I've used it a lot, so I need to touch it up some. But just keep your knives touched up when you use them. couple days, you know, put a sharpening on them. That way you'll always have a sharp knife in your pocket. But you see the tiner on it. It's got a nice clip point. And, of course, it has the infamous spade blade that I like. Spade blade's a useful blade. You can see this right here. Tang stamp right here. CS, USA, carbon steel. On that side, on this side, on that side, there's no stamping. Just a nice spade blade. This one looks just like the case spade blade. Spade blade's got a nice belly in it. A lot of different tasks. So, you know, I like them because they're good for cutting meat, cutting a steak. I mean, you can use them. I mean, I've used them on leather. I've used this point here and cut 4-ounce leather with a sod buster. I'm not a sod buster, but a trapper in my pocket. They're handy. A lot of uses, not just for skinning game, but a lot of uses. I've cut onions up with them. I've cut tomatoes. You know, just a lot of different things. You know, but it's a great blade. It's a great blade. You know, I guess it's not for everybody, but it's a fantastic blade. So this is the first one. This is the red Delrin. And this was the second one I bought. I saw this on eBay and I thought, man, I love that yellow. And this is yellow bone. There's the shield. And Moormaker has a lot of different shields. They got some pretty cool shields if you look at them. I hadn't carried this one, hadn't put it in my pocket. But like I said, I like the bone. I like the way the bone is, the yellow, the bright yellow is pretty. When I saw it the first time, I thought it might have been some Delrin that they had, excuse me, some jigging on, but I looked at the description, so it is bone. But it's a beautiful, beautiful yellow bone. And it's, you know, it's got the clip point. And you can see Moormaker Incorporated, Matador, Texas. Nothing on that side, but a little bit of tiner. Nice spade blade. Got some good snap too. Great snap. But it's you know, it's got the same spade blade as the red one. Spade blade's a great blade, great all-around user. I mean, not the spade blade, but the clip blade. I apologize, I got spade blade on my bind, but this is the spade blade. And no stamping, no tang stamp on this one. Not sure why, but you can see the spade blade. It's shaped just like the red one, or a case, you know. Got a little bit of a swedge, just a little bit right here. Got the nice belly in it. Like I said, I like the spade blade. I like the clip point. Pins are nice, well done. Blades are pretty close to being centered. Well, the spade blade is. The clip point's a little off, but it ain't enough to matter. It don't rub. This one doesn't have any stamping except for the front of the tang. That's the only stamping you have. You don't have any anywhere else on the blades like the red one. But I like more maker knives. I'll probably get some more. You know, I like them. I don't know if, I know when I went into Baron Sons that day, there was a couple ladies sitting there and they let me pick out a knife. But I don't know if they'll let me do a more maker. But the next time I go in there, I'm gonna check and see if I can buy a more maker there. But it's a good quality knife, you know, good quality. They make different patterns also, but it's a good quality trapper. I really dig them, man. Really enjoy them. So we got this one is last but not least. And I've had this one for quite a few years. I got a green one, like I said, and I may do a video, maybe the last video on it. I don't have a shield for it. Shield fell out of it. This one has managed to stay in. This is bone, red bone. You can see the jigging. Got some beautiful jigging on it. I don't know what Schrade calls that jigging, but it's a nice jigging. And you can see everlastingly sharp. Schrade Walden, New York, USA. 1194, and I'm sure that's the pattern. Or the model number, whatever. But this has got more like a Turkish or a California clip, which I like this clip point. It's sharp, hadn't been used. Pretty sharp. It's got some good snap. I like this shield here, or badge, whatever they want to call it. I like it. I like the way it's shaped. It's almost like a bomb shield, sort of. But it's a neat shield. Doesn't have any kind of engraving in it, which is fine with me. Straight down Broadway. No gaps or anything. That's not a gap. Got some beautiful bone on it, y'all. Pile side. Just a beautiful riff. If you like red bone, buddy, this is some beautiful red bone. I like the red bone very much. This is spade blade. Just open the clip point. This spade blade. Now this spade blade is a little thinner right here. You got a little more narrowness to it, if that's a word. And there's not as much belly in it. Not as much belly in it. Both the blades have a nail neck, you know, the average standard size, but like I said, this blade's a little thinner. There's the thickness of it. That may be, it's probably less than a 1/16. But it's a nice trapper. I mean, it's a nice trapper. And you can see it compared to, the more makers. Basically, it's a little bit shorter, not much. See it that way. See right there. I love the jigging on the bone. It's like a corn cob, or I'm not really sure what they call it, but I've had this thing a while, but it's just one of my trappers. I just wanted to show. Beautiful, it's a beautiful one, really is. So anyway, this is series number 3 on my trappers. Next week, I guess, I'll get started on my case trappers. I've got some upstairs in the box, and I've got some out in my safe, so It's gonna be a little bit longer, but I'll do probably two or three at a time. So I'm at 15 minutes, so I'm gonna get off of here. Y'all have a great day. God bless you. Y'all say hey to Nick. Say hey to my knife ache. But y'all have a good day. Keep that armor on. God bless.